$6 million worth of compressed serious substance was seized at the Kingston port. A shipment containing 1,500 pounds of serious substance with an estimated street value of $62.1 million was seized at the port of Kingston on Thursday. The serious substance was said to be concealed in a transshipment container. It is reported that during a routine examination of containers, officers found a container with discrepancies leading to the seizure of the 30 knitted bags and one duffel bag with 155 packages containing substances resembling that of a seriously popularly known substance. No arrests have been made in relation to this seizure. The matter is currently being investigated by the Border Protection Unit of the Jamaica Customs Agency and the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Serious Substances Division. The United States Coast Guard has seized US $69 million worth of serious substance along with 4 serious substance shipment vessels in the Caribbean Sea. United States Coast Guard have mentioned that a crew of its cutter Mohawk WMEC 913 returned to its home port in Key West, Florida after a 59-day patrol in the Caribbean Sea, in which 4 shipment vessels were seized. 5 are suspected to be exporters of serious substance. They have been detained and approximately 4,000 pounds of serious white substance seized with a street value of approximately US $69 million. These interceptions reflect teamwork and the unwavering resolve between the U.S. Coast Guard, federal law enforcement, Department of Defense, and their international partners to protect the region against the scourge of transnational, dangerous activity-related organizations and groups. The crew of Mohawk demonstrated remarkable enthusiasm and commitment during the execution of their duties over the last 8 weeks, and it remains their pleasure to serve with and for the nation of the U.S. and the nations in the Caribbean Sea. During the patrol, the U.S. Coast Guard says that the Mohawk's crew worked with multiple interagency and international maritime patrol aircraft and surface assets to counter transnational dangerous activities and organizations and hinder the illicit flow of serious substance, persons, and other dangerous cargo into the United States. The U.S. Coast Guard have said that this includes joint operations with the Dominican Republic, Navy, and the Panamanian law enforcement officers, which further strengthened foreign partnerships to detect, deter, and interdict vessels engaged in illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing within the exclusive economic zone of Panama. The Ministry of Health is eagerly awaiting the completion of a field hospital in Western Jamaica. With the pandemic, wards in public healthcare facilities across Western Jamaica now bursting at their seams. The Minister of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton, is eagerly awaiting next week's expected completion of the field hospital in Falmouth, which will provide 36 additional beds. According to the minister, he believes that the field hospital will be very important to the pandemic ward capacity that they require in the region. He says that he is looking at the numbers, and of course, they are on their way there. And based on the statement coming from the regional director, they are under pressure in the region. There is 90% occupancy, or a little over 90% of their pandemic wards fully occupied. It's the highest it has been since they had to deal with the pandemic in the region. It is certainly higher than the national average of 85%. So Western Jamaica is under pressure, and at this rate, we continue to see increases in numbers of pandemic-related cases. You are likely to see increases of hospitalization because of the two issues and how they are related. And then from there, you are likely to see greater burden on the public health system. The health minister was speaking to reporters in Falmouth at the location of the field hospital that is scheduled to be completed next week. According to reports, the construction is over 90% completed. He further went on to state that to compound the matter, he has continued to experience challenges with personnel in the ministry. Under normal circumstances, we have shortages, specifically as it relates to our nurse complement and our specialist nurses in particular, who are highly demanded not just in Jamaica but globally as well. They are heavily recruited, so there is never enough nurses within Jamaica. Under these circumstances and with the expanded capacity, it is quite a challenge. We have to try and ensure that we do what we can do with the resources that we have. So we have to double up in terms of shifts. We will bring additional personnel on board, and that is being pursued at the moment. It will be a combination of the nursing staff and the doctors, meaning the personnel, the equipment, and the building. And the idea is to coordinate and pull all of that together over the next week to add this additional 36 beds here in the western regions of Jamaica. He further went on to point out that regardless of the addition of infrastructure and personnel, if persons continue to disregard the pandemic protocols instituted by the government, there will still not be enough to facilitate the number of persons who will become harmed as a result of the pandemic. There is no antidote or solution to the pandemic response for irresponsible behavior. And there is no chance if, no matter how much capacity we can provide, how many nurses, doctors, or beds we can provide, we will never keep up to the pace if we have a runaway situation with pandemic rates increasing. And so, while we can say that the government and the ministry have been very proactive in securing additional spaces, we have to accompany that message with the need for persons to follow the necessary pandemic-related protocols that have been put in place by the government of Jamaica. And of course, we encourage everyone to wear their masks and to be extremely careful. Maintain your distances and avoid illegal parties that may be occurring. Avoid large gatherings, and of course, ensure that you are 6 feet from the next individual. Continue to remain safe and vigilant as 2021 rolls on. Have a wonderful day. Leave your comments down below, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.